On a quiet night in June 2025, the Middle East was thrown into chaos. Alarms blared across Israeli cities as missiles and drones filled the sky. The people of Tel Aviv, Haifa, and Beersheba watched in shock as explosions lit up the night. The tension between Iran and Israel had finally boiled over into open conflict. News channels broadcasted live images, capturing the devastation. Buildings crumbled and fires raged, leaving a trail of destruction. The world held its breath as the two nations faced off in a battle threatening to escalate. In the days that followed, the conflict spread like wildfire. Both Iran and Israel unleashed their military might, targeting strategic sites. The sound of sirens and the sight of smoke became a grim routine. Families were torn apart, lives were lost, and the region teetered on the brink of war. The roots of the 2025 war trace back decades to a long-standing rivalry. Iran and Israel have viewed each other as existential threats. This animosity worsened after the 2023 Gaza conflict. Iran ramped up its backing for organizations opposed to Israel. Israel increased its military presence to counter Iranian influence. The rivalry is deeply ideological, fueled by conflicting narratives. Iran's support for groups like Hezbollah and Hamas is seen as a direct threat. This has led to a series of tit-for-tat attacks. Attempts at diplomacy have been overshadowed by persistent tensions. The 2025 war is a reminder of this ongoing struggle. Iran's support for groups fighting Israel has been a major source of conflict. Tehran provides backing to organizations like Hezbollah and Hamas. These groups have launched numerous attacks, keeping the region tense. Iran's strategy challenges Israel's regional dominance. For Israel, these groups represent a constant threat. Israel has conducted strikes against Iranian positions, particularly in Syria. The cycle of support and retaliation has created a precarious balance. As events of 2025 show, this balance is fragile. In June 2025, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion. This massive air assault targeted key Iranian nuclear sites. The operation aimed to cripple Iran's nuclear capabilities. It was a bold move, reflecting high stakes. Over 100 targets were hit, including major nuclear facilities. Israeli forces targeted top Iranian officials, striking a significant blow. This was seen as a preemptive measure to prevent a nuclear breakthrough. Israel justified it as necessary to protect itself. However, it risked escalating tensions further. Operation Rising Lion marked a turning point, pushing Iran to retaliate. It highlighted the lengths Israel would go to defend itself. Iran's response to Israel's airstrike was swift and aggressive. The Iranian military launched hundreds of missiles and drones at Israeli cities. This retaliation was framed as an act of self-defense. The missile strikes caused significant damage and loss of life. Residential buildings were destroyed and critical infrastructure was hit. These attacks targeted military sites and civilian areas, increasing the human toll. Iran justified its actions as a defense of the Palestinian people. The escalation highlighted the deep-seated animosity. Iran's response demonstrated its military capabilities and potential for further escalation. The 2025 conflict had a devastating impact on civilians. In Iran, over 600 people were killed, with thousands injured. Strikes on major cities overwhelmed hospitals and emergency services. Families were displaced, and the humanitarian situation deteriorated. In Israel, the toll was also significant. At least 28 to 60 people lost their lives. The missile attacks led to widespread panic. The psychological impact was immense, creating a climate of fear. Beyond the immediate loss of life, the conflict disrupted daily life. Schools and businesses closed and essential services were strained. The human cost highlighted the vulnerability of civilians in modern warfare. The 2025 conflict drew intense international attention. The United States, a key ally of Israel, joined the fight. These actions risked widening the conflict. Other countries responded with condemnation and calls for restraint. Russia, China, and Pakistan politically backed Iran. European nations urged both sides to de-escalate. Regional powers were on high alert, wary of the conflict spreading. The international community played a crucial role in brokering a ceasefire. This diplomatic effort highlighted the importance of global cooperation. The conflict was rooted in deeper, long-standing issues. At the heart is the fear of nuclear weapons. Israel views Iran's nuclear program as a direct threat. The power struggle in the Middle East plays a crucial role. Iran seeks to expand its influence and counterbalance Israeli power. This ambition has led to proxy conflicts across the region. Historical mistrust further complicates the situation. Decades of hostility have entrenched negative perceptions. These deep-rooted issues make diplomatic resolutions challenging. The conflict is shaped by broader geopolitical dynamics. External involvement adds complexity, making it difficult to address core issues. After 12 intense days, a ceasefire brought temporary relief. The fighting stopped, and attention turned to recovery. However, underlying tensions remain unresolved. The ceasefire did not address deeper causes of the conflict. These issues require long-term solutions to prevent future escalations. The future of the region remains uncertain. The international community must remain engaged. Efforts to revive negotiations are crucial. The 2025 war serves as a reminder of the fragility of peace.